Okay, let me make sure you guys can hear me. All right, everything looks good. Okay, we're live. Hopefully I'm not lagging. Am I lagging? Oh, okay, we're good. So, in this video, bro, we're basically going to cover the hidden cost of bad lead gen, right? And the cost of it, right? You might be missing out on mad money because of it, right? A lot of money because of it. I don't know why I said mad, but you're missing out on a lot of money because of it, right? Now, in this video, we're basically going to be talking, you know, breaking that whole thing down, right? So I've worked with guys that last month he was making around 400K in revenue, good money, but he was stressed constantly because I asked him, like, you're making a good amount of revenue. You're making 400K a year. Why are you stressed? And he said, yeah, because it's inconsistent, right? Some months I would be slammed, overloaded with work, and in some months completely dry. So your crew is always like, well, I mean, am I gonna get to work next month or not? Right? It is always constantly worried about this pipeline. And when you run a business, you don't want to always have to be on your feet, like constantly stressing. Right? The whole point of it is just to to automate stuff. Right? Um. So now he was completely stressed out. He was worried. He was just worried about his pipeline. So, I did an analysis of his pipeline, of his lead generation, how many sources he had, or how many pipelines he had full. And I found out his bad lead generation system was costing him $100,000 per year, not in wasted ad spend. I thought there was that, but it's not even that, but in lost revenue. Crew, downtime, force prices dropped, just because he was stressed. And today I'm gonna show you what bad lead gen actually costs you and what you can do to fix it, right? So first of all, let's just start with what is bad lead generation and how to spot it, right? Bad lead generation is basically when you are generating leads, but they're not actually converting into booked jobs, right? Contracts signed and all of that. Let me give you some examples, right? So let's just say you're running ads on Facebook or Google or whatever you're doing, spending money on Angie's or Thumbtack or whatever the hell you're doing, right? Spending, let's just say $1,000 a month, right? $1,000 a month running ads or whatever. You get 100 clicks, 2% of them conversion rate fills out the form. You get two leads, right? And half of those, 50% of those converts into actual jobs, which is one job. So your cost per one job is $1,000. So, okay, yeah, $1,000 for a 12K job is fine, but you're missing something, right? That $1,000 didn't get you one good job. It got you one desperate job where the customer is just price shopping, right? Example two, let's just say you're getting referrals from past clients, but never, asking systematically. Um, like it's not a system where you're constantly getting referrals. So you only get two, three referrals per month, but then some months, you don't get any referrals, right? Or another example where your website gets 100 visitors per month, but your conversion rate is actually like 0.5%. It's like a broken website, no calls to action, no social proof. I already did a whole video on websites. Go ahead and watch that. So things like that, you're burning money, but you're not actually getting into conversions, right? Now, spending $1,000 a month for one job is still pretty shit, right? It should not, that pipeline is it's still pretty shit. Like, why are you risking $1,000 just for that one job you might or might not get, right? So it's not that good. Not that good, especially for what you're putting in. You want to lower it, so you want to have that 10 times your return. That's what you want to have, right? Now, the second part is the financial cost to it, right? So, and let me just kind of like break this down even more, right? Contractor A, he has bad lead gen. He spends $1,000 a month on leads or whatever the hell, ads or whatever he's doing. Gets 50 leads per month. Conversion rate to job is about 2%, so he gets one job per month. Average job value is around $12,000. So, let's just say his monthly revenue is $12,000. Cost per job, $1,000. His ad spend is around $12,000. So, annual revenue from ads would be $144,000. Right? That's bad lead gen. Now, contractor B, who has good lead gen, monthly ad spend $1,000, same budget, leads per month but higher quality, pre-qualified, vetted, 30 leads per month, conversions to jobs because the leads. I already made another video on the why the quality of the lead matters. You get a higher conversion rate to them actually converting into book jobs, which would be 30%. Let's just say that, and then he got 9 jobs per month. Average job value 12K, monthly revenue 180,000. Someone's texting me. Almost 100,000. Cost per job is like what, like $111. Ad spend stays the same, and annual revenue from these ads, your ROAS, is 1.3 million. Now, the same contractor with the same budget, but wildly different results because of how his lead gen is working, and the pipelines and the systems he has behind it, and the conversion rates he has behind it, and the quality of leads he's getting behind it. Same ad spend budget. It's just that what type of system do you have behind you? That is what matters, right? That same $1,000 for the other guy could have generated 9 jobs, but it just didn't because of the system he had behind it. So not only the financial part is the cost of it, but bad lead gen also has other costs. Like, you're always with bad lead gen, yeah, your pipeline is unpredictable, right? It's not just that. That just creates constant stress, not just for you, and it creates constant stress for your crews, right? Contractors with good lead gen know that every month they'll get around 8 to 10 jobs. Revenue is constant. There's no stress. Crews are fine. The second hidden cost to a bad pipeline is crew downtime, right? Sometimes the crew is idle. You can't just lay them off or they leave or they just sit around paid but not working. You know, I don't know how you guys handle it, but it's just wasted payroll, right? Or I don't know, what it is. You want to keep everyone coming and staying consistent. If there's no consistency in your company, what are you doing? And this is bad for your crews. Like, they just can't, that means they can't rely on you, bro. You need to be someone that they can rely on, right? If it's unpredictable for you, it's going to be unpredictable for them. So not only you are putting yourself and your business in these unpredictable scenarios, you're also putting people who work under you in these unpredictable scenarios, right? And as a business owners, you cannot be doing that, especially if you have people working under you, right? So, and then another hidden cost, right? Forced price cuts, right? When your pipeline is empty, you actually start to get desperate, right? So if a customer says, "Oh, will you do this for 8K," but the job actually costs 10K, but you're scared to say no because you don't want to lose it, so you just say yes. Now you take the job at a low margin, maybe even lose money. You undervaluing yourself. See, like, that's there's so many downsides to it. I could keep going on. Another one, crew quality. Let's just say, because of the fact that you cannot retain a good crew because your pipeline is all over the place. Your crews want stable work. They want predictable hours. With bad lead gen, they never know if the next month is going to be busy or slow. So they leave contractor to contractor for work, or just leave, just find another guy that has consistent work. Now you have a mediocre crew. Now this crew might even ghost you sometimes, or they just don't. They're just not that serious, right? Because they know they'll just hop around all the time. And you don't want that, and it just creates a whole downward spiral of a whole bunch of shit, right? So the time and energy that you're actually putting into this is already being wasted, and now you're also trying to follow up with the old leads, trying to call them. They don't pick up the phone. Trying different ads, testing new angles. You're literally in reactive mode. You're literally reacting to everything that's happening, right? You have zero control on over anything that's going on, and that's a problem, right? So if you add up all these hidden costs of bad lead gen, right? Bad conversion rate, opportunity costs you could have booked, um, like all of this stuff, right? Crew downtime, forced price cuts, time spent chasing leads, the hidden cost of bad lead gen. If you literally count that up, it's damn near around 500K per year. This is what the data shows, right? 500K per year. You're losing, right? And most of you guys have no idea that this is happening, right? They just think, oh, I mean, lead gen is hard, I'm gonna just rely on referrals, and I'm just gonna post on Nextdoor and Yelp, and sometimes, I'll get this. Most of you guys don't even track your data. You just go with the flow, right? And I don't know why, but and you just think that's normal. You just go with the flow, and you just kept on going with the flow for so long, you literally think it's normal, right? And it's not. A lot of you guys think, oh, it's hard to get jobs. Sometimes in home improvement, it's hard to get jobs in the winter. No, it's not. I'm working with someone that I've been working with her for since September, right? And we thought the winter was gonna be slow, but no, our system was so good in place that her pipeline was booked throughout December and January, booked, and that's just a limiting belief. So not even a limiting belief. It's just you have a bad system behind you, right? Um, so why do you guys even, so let's just tackle this problem even more. Why do you guys even end up with bad legion, right? Why does that even happen, right? First of all, it's not that easy, right? Some of you guys just think it's just as easy as posting something online or something like that. It's not how it works. You guys go into it with no strategy. You might probably ran ads or something like that, or did whatever you did, but there's no strategy behind it. You probably just slapped your company logo with a couple bathroom whatever pictures, and your contact number, or chat with me on WhatsApp or boost posts, hoping to get somebody reaching out to you. No targeting, no filtering, no follow-up system, none of that. You might as well just donate your money to charity if you're doing that. That's what you did. You donated your money to that company, right? Because if you don't know what you're doing, you're basically burning your money. Now, the second thing is you're trying multiple different things, right? You're trying 200 a month on Facebook ads, and then another 200 on Google, and then another 200 on TikTok, and then another 50 on Instagram, and then you're spending another 500 on Angie's and Yelp and all this stuff. Instead of mastering one, you dabble in all five and try to control out all five. Master one, conquer it, make sure it's stable, then move on to the next. Don't just try to think you're doing all of it at once. And then three, like none of you guys track anything. I don't know why, but a lot of you guys do not track anything. When I speak to you guys, you're just like, oh, I get some from Google, and then some from word of mouth, and then some, like, there's no numbers, there's no data, there's no tracking at all, right? So you guys need to. This is all guesswork, right? We want to make data-driven decisions. This is all guesswork, and with guesswork, you're not going to get nowhere, right? Especially if the numbers are the actual map and direction. If you don't actually track that, you don't even know where you're going, right? Now, four, you're not even, the leads aren't even qualified. You accept every lead, even the bad ones. Even guys, this is the thing with tire kickers. You guys have a lot of tire kickers. So you literally drive all the way to their house, and then they're like, "Oh, maybe I don't know. I want to start this project 4 years down the line." Some bullshit. You just wasted your time and effort and all that. But when you could have just qualified the lead from the beginning and didn't have to do all of that, right? And then five, there's no. Let's just say lead comes in. You don't call for 2 hours. Now the lead is cold. You don't have any follow up system in place, right? Now when they come in, you want to hit them ASAP, right? Data literally shows if you don't hit them ASAP, the pickup rate literally plummets. So you want to hit them ASAP, but you can't because you're busy. So you call them 2 hours later, but then it's already done. The lead is cold. And why? Because you don't have a follow up system behind you, and you paid for it too. So you burned your money again, right? And I could go on and on and on about all of this stuff and how it's really bad, right? And everything I just said, the opposite of that is literally what good contractor lead gens do, right? So they only focus on one or two channels. They have clear targeting, clear landing pages, have follow up sequences in place, proper lead qualification. They track all of their monthly metrics through a proper CRM. Their monthly pipeline is like predictable. It's experienced. They're not working with just anybody. They're turning down people as well because they're confident with their pricing. their crew stays busy, they have healthy margins, their stress is low, right? The system runs by itself, they're available, right? They're not in the business, they're working on the business, right? And then the annual impact, right? They have a proper real return on their investment from what they're putting in, right? So now you need to take a step back and reanalyze your entire business. Are you running a bad lead gen or a good lead gen? I literally gave you the whole blueprint of what good and bad is. Now ask yourself, right? Now, if these questions you cannot answer properly, you're probably running a bad lead gen. So how many leads do you get per month? Exact number, right? What channel are you getting these leads from? What is your conversion rate from these leads to jobs? What is your cost per job? So how much are you spending to acquire one job in marketing or whatever you're doing? And is your pipeline predictable? If you don't know these answers, you're literally flying blind. And now that is, my friend, bad lead gen, right? So here's what I want you to realize, right? Bad lead gen isn't just costing you money, it's costing you stress, anxiety, unstable crew, forced price cuts, wasted time, lost opportunity. Like, it's just so much stuff, right? And the worst part is you guys don't even think it's a bad thing. They just think, oh, this is just how construction is supposed to be, right? And seasonal, unpredictable, stressful. No, no, it's not, right? It's not construction. It's just bad lead gen, right? There are contractors in your market making double your revenue from the same budget. I'm working with them, right? So I've seen it, right? And I know what I'm talking about because I've seen it, right? So it's not because they work harder or they got better crews or their area is better. It's just literally because they have a bad lead gen, right? And the gap between a bad lead gen and a good lead gen, I literally just explained it. So the good news is you can fix this. It's not complex. It's not that expensive. You just need a strategy, focus it, start tracking stuff, add proper qualification and consistency. That's it. If you implement those 5 things in your lead gen, it would literally go from bad to good. You know, it literally fix everything by itself. The business will literally fix by itself, right? Now, if you don't know what you're doing and you don't want to go through all that shit by yourself and learn marketing, go ahead and book a call with me down below. Right? If you're making or if your revenue is somewhere around 20, 30K a month and you want to scale and add an extra 50, add an extra 100, go ahead and book that call. If your pipeline is unstable, unpredictable, don't know where your leads from, if you're in any home improvement, whether you do decking, remodeling, siding, roofing, kitchens, bathrooms, go ahead and book a call with me down below. On that call, we'll literally audit your current lead gen, identify what your issues are, calculate what's missing, right? And then we'll show you what a good lead gen looks like for you guys. We'll build a custom strategy to take you from your current shitty situation to wherever you want to be at. So, with that being said, guys, go ahead and book that call if you need it. If not, go ahead and go apply these things that I've stated in these calls, a bunch of gems spoken, and you'll fix it yourself, right? So, with that being said, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. And if you have anything else you want me to cover, go ahead and just leave it in the comments below.